Hello and welcome to, or welcome back to, TheSimplyCa. My name is Alana, and on this channel you are going to find both human design lifestyle coaching videos as well as yoga and fitness. Today in the human design series we are going back and we're going to dive a little bit deeper into the not self themes. Each energy type has a not self theme that is sort of a cue or a breadcrumb trail that'll help you to better understand when you are out of alignment with your energy. If you're interested in learning more about these breadcrumbs of knowing when you are off of your path, as well as some steps and some tips to help you better get realigned with your energy, then stick around for this not self-theme video. And if you are interested and loving this human design content, please give it a thumbs up so that I know to keep making these videos. I will likely continue to make them anyway, but the thumbs up gives me a little bit of a dopamine hit and encourages me to keep going. Not to mention that it does help the algorithm know to push this video out to more people. So hitting on that subscribe button, the notification bell, and the thumbs up button all help in getting this information out to other people. Okay, let's get into the not self themes. So the not self themes, as I said, are that hint, that breadcrumb trail, that jolt that you know you are out of alignment with your energy. But what actually are the not self themes? So when you look at your human design chart, there are colored in areas and there are white areas. There are colored in energy centers as well as gates and channels, and then there are white energy centers as well as gates and channels. The not self theme is when you are allowing your conditioning, so what is not yours, meaning those white areas, you are allowing yourself to push and try to create from your white conditioned areas. So as an example, really simply, let's say that you are not a generator or a manifesting generator, which means that you have an open sacral center. Now the sacral is that consistent chug of energy. And for a manifesting generator or for a generator, when that sacral is lit up, they can continuously move through the energy and they can continuously produce by utilizing that sacral chug. Now, if your sacral is white, meaning that you are a projector, a reflector, or a manifester, and you try to utilize your energy in a consistent, long-term, continuous chug kind of a way, you're gonna bump up against, or it's likely that you'll bump up against, your not self theme. And that's the cue for you to know to readjust and realign with your unique energy. And so really, the not self theme shows up when you are living out of alignment with your energy type's strategy and authority. And if you need to know more about those two elements that are so important in human design, then I will leave the link for those videos down in the description box below, because they are the keys to living in alignment with your unique energy. So they are super important. Go click on those videos down in the description box. Oh, and if you don't know fully what I'm talking about here, there's also a link down in the description box for you to get your human design chart. I assume you probably have it by the time you've reached this video, but just in case, go and grab that. Okay. What are the not self themes? Well, these are partly covered inside of the energy type videos, but we're going to dive a little bit deeper into them here. And most importantly, we are going to talk about how to get back in alignment with your energy type, your strategy, and your authority. So the generator's not self theme is frustration. So if you are a generator, you are going to understand this feeling when you are bumping up against resistance. The frustration that comes from situations where you ask yourself the question, or you're trying to like push on somebody else. Why isn't this going smoothly? Why do I keep bumping up against roadblocks? Why don't other people understand what I'm trying to do here? Why are other people constantly asking and trying to do it another way? I know what I'm trying to do. So why won't other people just let me do it? And then there's the I'm not making any progress. Why do I even bother trying? I'm just going to resign myself to not pushing forward, not making this happen. And there's a feeling of like giving up in that frustration. The way that the manifester feels this not self theme is in the form of anger. Now, with that, there's kind of this essence of like, well, just leave me alone. Let me be. Let me do my own thing. This can also show up in a don't tell me what to do. One of the other ways that I can see this one showing up is that anger that someone else is pushing their fears onto you. You just want to get it done. And depending on what your profile is and your lines, you might be somebody who needs to trial things out, meaning that you need to make your own mistakes. And so there's an anger there when somebody is trying to stop you from doing something that you need to do. And it might work and it might not work, but you need to do it either way. There can also be an anger around just let me do what I need to do. Now the MGs, being the hybrid of the generator and the manifester, get all of these wonderful cues that they're out of alignment. There's the anger, there's the frustration, and what I like to do is sort of put them together and call it impatience. And if you are an MG, you have likely felt some impatience in your life. And what this comes from is that generator chug of energy, like I've got the energy to do this, and the manifester quick action, quick movement. And so the MG really wants to do it and get it done quickly. So roadblocks for the MG are frustration and impatience and anger central, which is fantastic because it's very clear when you are off of your path. Not speaking from experience over here at all. The other piece I really want to say about the MG is that it can come from a forcing through. So saying yes to something that you are now not lit up by and trying to force it through, trying to force yourself to get it done. That can also lead to that impatience because you really want to just get it done when you're kind of supposed to let it go. So for projectors, the not self theme is bitterness. Now this shows up in that way of like, why is it so easy for them to do this thing? Why are they being recognized and I'm not? I have more skills, more qualifications. I've been doing it longer. So why am I not being seen? It's a what do they have that I don't have? So there can be some jealousy and some competitiveness and some comparisonitis that comes in this bitterness, not self theme. It can also feel like getting the short end of the stick or getting shortchanged on something. You're seeing it being possible out there in the world, but for whatever reason, your energy is just not getting there. And so it kind of gives you that push-pull of, I want this and I know I can have it, but why isn't this working? And for the reflector, the not self theme is disappointment. Now, it's not necessarily a like doom and gloom disappointment. It can be, and the way that I sort of interpret this is like a dullness, a losing the shine, and that heavy feeling of feeling like you've been let down by something. It's like the world or whatever it is that you're trying to do has become murky and lost its shine and its glow. I am so curious. Let me know down in the comment section below. What did you notice in your unique design, your energy type, and your not self theme? So let me know your energy type and where you notice your not self theme down in the comment section below. Okay, so those are the not self themes, but what do you do about it? How do you get yourself back on track? How do you realign yourself with your energy type, your strategy, and your authority? How do you get back into the flow? That's what we're going to cover now. The first step is always become more aware. So now that you have the label, now that you have the understanding of what these not self themes are, start to notice where they're coming up for you. What situations, what environments, who you're around, what you're doing. Notice where you're bumping up against these not self themes. Your unique energies, not self theme. Taking that awareness a step deeper, notice if you are trying to push through your energies, strategy, and authority. So first, just start to become aware of where the not self themes are showing up, and then start to tie it into where you're trying to push beyond or push through your energies, strategy, and authority. Start to notice and really take mental awareness of anywhere that you have made a commitment and you're trying to stick to that commitment for the sake of being good, or because you don't want to let somebody else down. Now that you're becoming more aware of the situations and what you've been doing to push against your strategy and authority, to work against your energy, now if it works for you, you're going to write a list. And for some of you, that might be a list on your phone, it might be a list in your journal, and it might just be a mental list. So here's a practice for your strategy and authority. Instead of doing what I'm telling you to do, utilize your own knowing of what works best for you in how you create this list. Now, this list is going to be everything that you are noticing that triggers your not self theme. Just get it out there so that you can begin to take another look at it. So the first cut of this list is a really quick, what can you just stop doing? What can you just say no to? And then say no to those things. So it might be some super simple, easy things that you've been doing that you can easily cut out. And then the next step is to take a look at that list, crossing off all of those like easy no's, and go through and ask yourself, is there a way that I can change the energy around these remaining things? Or am I just telling myself a story that I can't say no to these things and that I can't change them? So some of these things on the list might be big things. They might be career things, they might be relationship things, they might be housing things, they might rely on a little bit more external input or a little bit more digging into, and they might be bigger changes to make. And so for those things, then the questions become a little bit different. What would I be doing if I was already where I want to be? What energy would I be having in that next version or in that other space? And from there, you might begin to shift your energy and show up to those no's in a different way until the true change is able to happen. Or the change might happen in that same container, but your energy has shifted. So simply, this is the step of taking responsibility for how you're showing up while you're making bigger changes. So you've got your list, you've crossed off anything that's an easy no, and you've taken action on saying no to it. you've gone back through your list and noticed how you can shift your energy and or what those bigger actions need to be to completely change that situation. And so that you don't remain in this same loop, you want to make sure that as you are saying yes and no to things, you're really using your strategy and authority. And then from here, take a few moments and ask yourself what it is you need right now. Now, if you are a sacral generator or manifesting generator, not emotional, you're going to want to ask yourself some more focused questions, some yes-no questions, or some this or that questions. And from here, what you're going to do is you're going to start to cultivate that trust that you have in your authority. Lacey from To Be Magnetic talks about this as your trust muscle. Just like any other muscle, you need to strengthen it. So what you want to be doing is really utilizing your strategy and your authority for making decisions, little decisions, so that you can trust and really build up when you have those bigger decisions to make. You'll know that you can trust your strategy and your authority, and then you can take those bigger leaps when something is a little scarier. These steps are going to help you to really gain more awareness of where you're falling off your alignment with your energy and how to bring yourself back into alignment. So as you move through this process of noticing where you're falling off and pulling yourself back on, it'll get so much quicker and it'll be so much more clear. It'll be easier to spot when you're out of alignment. And you're gonna have those moments where it's like, oh, gotta say no to that, instead of, well, I guess I should say yes, and then I'm just going to keep on pushing through, and I'm just going to try to continue on with this, and maybe it'll sort itself out, and then before you know it, you've got this huge long list of things that have knocked you off of your path. So targeting one thing instead of a whole host of major things is going to be a lot easier. And first you have to kind of clear it all away if you have been living out of alignment for a while. So don't get freaked out about all the changes that you need to make. Just start playing with this energy. Take some small steps. The more you build, the more you engage with your energy, the more that you're gonna receive that nudge, that push to keep going. You're gonna get those little trinkets of excitement and those little boosts of support as you continue to do this work. This is your energy. This is how you operate best. And we so desperately need everybody in their own energy. We so desperately need everybody to show up to the party with their unique puzzle piece. What you bring, nobody else brings. You bringing your true, deepest, most authentic self is an energy that is necessary and needed by all of those around you. So please show up as the you-iest you can. Bring your full self to the table. Do this work to strip away all of the conditioning, all of the shoulds, all of the fears, and allow yourself to step into your own power in that deep-rooted way so that your energy is clean and clear and unattached. You are who you are, and you know it in your core. And that is so powerful. Okay, there you go. Deeper cut into the not self theme. Again, if you haven't already, click on that subscribe button, the notification bell, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. Let me know down in the comment section below what you notice about your not self theme and where you're off track. And if you want some more personalized, individual information about this, there is a link in the description box to book either a one-on-one human design reading or ongoing human design life coaching with me. And with that, I will see you in the next video.